Hello, everybody. My name is Christopher Saunders, and this is the Connecticut Sports Talent Show, where we talk all things talents in Connecticut. And on tonight's show, I'm pleased to have the starting quarterback for the Holy Cross Crusaders, David Kacprzyski. Hey, man, first off, I want to say welcome to the Crusaders. And two, it's a pleasure to be able to have you on.
Hey, thank you for having me on.
I think it's one of those things where I don't get enough of the NVL, and especially because I broadcast in it. But just first off, before we get into anything else, how was your or what was your summer? I know you've been having practice of late, but how was your summer? Was it somewhat normal?
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty good. We a lot of work in the weight room, at least 4 days a week, 2 hours a day. I mean, the whole team had about 40 guys on average, 10 baseball guys. So whenever they're in, we got like 40 guys always working.
Now, as the new guy, because for people who may not know, you transferred over from Oxford. So when you came in, was it kind of like the first couple of days you were just kind of staying back, just kind of taking it in? Or was it the first day you were loud and making yourself known real quick? Just tell me about that.
Well, I knew Tom Legy, Zach Morales, Kevin Matisse, and they made it feel like home real quick. I mean, they talked about family and everything, and everybody does that. Like they want everyone to come and like make everyone feel welcome. But as soon as I came in, I felt the family aspect where everyone's there for each other. It's like a brotherhood. I mean, we all got along real quick. We were going to the field as soon as I came in. The cold January, like we were there like once a week, and then it slowed down a little bit. Football started, but I mean, we all get along great. The juniors, the seniors, the sophomores, like it's tight.
I think that's important, man, to kind of for them to welcome you, and I think it helps that you knew some of the players already before even coming into the program, but kind of having that must have allowed you to kind of maybe not be so tense early on, because a lot of times for a new guy coming into a new school, they have that sense of like, okay, what should I do? Should I stay back? Should I talk? Should I not? But since you knew the guys, it was like, if you already know Ligi, who's a great player, and Morales and the others, you know them already, and they're well liked amongst the rest of the team. So you basically had an in.
Mm, yeah.
I think that's pretty good, man. So looking at the summer and as far as the workouts, how were the numbers as far, because I know Holy Cross could run deep. There's some big numbers. Was everybody coming? Was it kind of fluctuating? Just tell me about that.
First week was solid. I think everybody was there, 51, 52 kids. And then as summer went along, kids had baseball tournaments. So we would be missing like 7 kids maybe every once in a while. And then there would be days where like a couple freshmen couldn't make it. But like that's expected, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So for the most part, we had good numbers. Kids were getting their lifts in, and they looked good.
That's good, man. That's good to hear that. So, looking at as far as, because you weren't named the starting quarterback, but how are you mentally kind of going after the workouts? Because up until what, a couple days ago, you were competing for a spot. So, kind of, what was your mindset going into each workout during the summer?
Summer workout, I just wanted to show everybody, the coaching staff at least, that I was willing to do what needed to be done, like push myself to the max, do the things that a starting quarterback should do, like first one in the door, last one out, you know what I mean? Stuff like that.
Now,
Hype up
how
everyone.
was that something that you were doing? Like, okay, so coaches, it's one thing to, because I'm sure you did that at Oxford, you carried over to Holy Cross. As you were doing that, did coaches notice that early, the kind of work that you were putting in during the summer?
I mean, possibly. Like my numbers jumped a little bit. I think I got stronger. The numbers went up. Everybody's numbers went up. I mean, guys went from spotting like in the threes to the fours. Guys, our team just put up a lot of numbers in the summer.
That's pretty good, man. I think, that's the biggest improvement too. You talk about how everybody was getting stronger.
Mhm.
Looking at you though, as far as the mechanics, the being a quarterback, I mean, did that, it's one thing to have strength, it's another to be able to translate it into success on the field. Did you notice anything as far as your arm strength, maybe your endurance, maybe your agility, anything on the football field?
Definitely uh arm strength, I would say, and a little bit of speed. Um I went to camps during the end of school in the summer, and I noticed there's a little bit of speed, which when I was younger didn't have that. I was a little bit slower, but as you get older, I mean, you work on it, you want to get better, so do like what needs to be done.
And in the conversations that you've had with, the offensive coordinator and Bear, who is Coach G and Petrucci and such, the head coach of the Holy Cross Crusaders, um, what kind of without giving up too much to other teams and coaches who will be watching this and such, what kind of offense could we potentially, and I could see when I broadcast for Holy Cross, what kind of offense are we going to be seeing that the Crusaders will be running?
Well, honestly, it depends what week, what team, but all we've been going over is air raid, air attack offense, four wide, spread out. Um, yeah, I mean, we've just been trying to pick apart defenses, like whatever they give us, we're gonna take.
Mm-hmm.
Um, try to like locate your weakest spot, read the defense, stuff like that. Just looking where we could get the most yards every play.
So basically, if they're loading the box to stop Legy, you're going to attack them in the air. But then
Yeah,
if they put the extra guy in the backfield, you're just going to hand the rock to Legy and watch him run for 4 touchdowns.
basically, yeah.
Okay, I think like how hard is that though? Because you go from week to week, kind of changing the offense based on the team, or is that just something where everybody's bought in? Like, you know what, we may be a triple option team this week, whereas the following week, like you said, we may be an air attack, air raid, spread offense. Do you like that?
Yeah, I mean, Coach Barb said it. He was saying we got a lot of receivers. Everybody can't go out and show out the same game. It's going to be one week Kevin's going to do great. One week Kai's going to do great. The next week Tom's going to be the star. Like, you got to not accept it, but you got to understand and do your role every single week.
Is that something that Bear and the rest of the staff are kind of preaching to you guys? Because obviously, with the loss of last year and the last time everybody's played football was 2019, I would think the egos, because of the lack of varsity experience, may be down a tad. Do you think that they feel like, you know what, because of that, let's maximize on an opportunity with the talent that we have to do something like change the offense per week, not become predictable? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, we've been talking about Torrington and we don't know exactly who their personnel is, what we're going to expect. So we've just been looking at their film. And right now, um, all we're doing is like thinking about if they come out in this, what we're gonna come out in. Stuff like that. Like if they're gonna bring the safeties down, we're just gonna throw. But if they're gonna leave the box open, we're not just gonna let Tom do nothing. You know what I mean? We're gonna attack.
Don't forget though, Tom is a good blocker though. I mean, he's a big boy, 205.
Yeah.
Guy, I mean, I'm sure he's going to want to try to hit some people. I mean, he hasn't done that in a while,
Yeah.
you know.
Hmm.
But I think that's pretty interesting because that's the first, player that I've talked to in the NVL whose owns offensive staff has said we're going to change the offense every week. I know and I know it's been done in the past, but not to the same success because, like you said, players have to buy in. Now, the question I have for you is, do you think that it's not going to be easy because everybody wants to be able to have the numbers, everybody wants to be recognized. Do you think it's possible to be able to buy in for a full season?
I mean, yeah, all our guys, they're just willing to do whatever it takes to win. We want our coaches have been saying this. They don't want anything less than make it state this year. They want to go as far as we can. They believe that they believe in us and they believe this is our year
Mhm.
to do what needs to be done. They think that stuff like that, if it's going to take personnel, moving people around throughout the year, they're gonna do whatever they need to do to get us to that part of the year.
Now, the last time that the Crusaders played, the starting quarterback was Dre Yildell, who also was a fantastic basketball player. Now, he has moved on. He's playing, I think, in college, if I remember right. Quarterback position's open. You have taken it. Obviously, I think your games are a little bit different. Yildell was more of a runner than a passer, though his passing did get better over time. What, and I have not seen you play, so I apologize, but kind of what can I and we, as far as the Republican American and people who come to the Holy Cross games to cover and watch Holy Cross, what can people expect from you from the quarterback position?
Right now, Bear, Barbs, Coach Bradley, they've all talked to me. They were expecting like a dual kind of run and pass. They want me to be able to do everything. And I told all of them, like, talk to Bradley about it. I could do that. I'm willing to do it. Like, it's nothing new. I mean, at Oxford, we ran, we passed at the quarterback spot. So I told them it's everything I'm familiar with.
Are you able to at the quarterback position? Because obviously, if there's a breakdown in the offensive line or if the opposing team is bringing the house, are you able to be mobile and potentially throw off your back foot, maybe throw to the opposite arm? Because that's something as a quarterback where if you can make those throws, you become even better and more unstoppable at that position.
I mean, we haven't really been preaching like off the back foot or anything,
Mhm.
but I guess, I mean, if worst comes to worst, you got to make a play. I could try to make it happen, but as of right now, Barb's have been saying he just wants the 1, 2, 3 plant throw. You know what I mean?
No, I get that. I just was curious because obviously not everything is, I mean, you know this, you played the game long enough. Not everything is going to go as scripted, and there's going to be points in the game, especially when the pressure is high, late in the game. You think about the offenses ran like 70, 80 plays, you're playing against Ansonia, right? They're bringing the house. You got to be able to make that quick throw of the bubble screen or maybe hit one of your wide receivers after a 5-step drop, something like that. I feel like that could be something where those are the kind of things that make or break a game, and especially win against Ansonia or whoever, that can make or break your season right there.
Mm. No, I agree.
But it's just one of those things. But anywho, as far as yourself now, looking at now, you said that you were supposed to have some scrimmages this week. Is that right?
Yeah, the plan was we had a scrimmage against it was like a jamboree sort of Plainville and Watertown,
Mm-hmm.
and we were supposed to scrimmage Middletown, practice with them, and then we had a double session with Watertown, but that all got canceled.
Now, why did that get canceled?
A kid tested positive for COVID, so we had like a week off, sort of.
Oh, jeez.
I think.
I hope that that's not, and that's, I guess it's something to ask you. Kind of, has that been running through either your mind or the team's mind? Because COVID is going to be around this season. I think it's going to affect some teams. As somebody who's new to the team, but also just overall, do you think it's going to be difficult kind of going through a season like you practice all week, football's back, and then there's that like lingering thing in your mind, like, are we going to play on Friday, like, or Saturday? Are we going to play?
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone's now after that is starting to take precaution. Kids are starting to get vaccinated. I mean, our CIC issued a letter to the trainers and everything maybe a month ago, and telling everyone they should consider getting vaccinated. So I ended up getting vaccinated, and I think with how the CIC handled it last year, where everything got shut down, I think everyone is thinking about that. So everyone's going to try to go to the full, like, everyone's going to try to do what they can to stay safe and just have their year. You know what I mean?
No, I agree with the fact. I understand what you're saying. You want to be able to help the team and all that. And I thought the Xavier quarterback, Crone, gave a very, very good speech as far as kind of how he was pleading his case. I've never been someone to say, oh, they should or shouldn't get vaccinated. It's up to them. It's their choice. I'm
Mhm.
not going to be one to say, oh, you should get it or oh, you shouldn't. But at the end of the day, I could see why yourself and others would want to get it just because in your mind and just in the minds of what the CIAC has been trying to preach is that by you having this, it lessens the chance of games being canceled. That's kind of, I guess, what the letter was trying to say, right?
Yeah, I mean, what I'm trying to for anybody on the team who's thinking about it, I'm trying to tell them, what if we go into a game and CFC issues like a check or something where they want everybody to see if they're vaccinated, and then next thing you know, you can't play Friday. Like that'll crush them, crush the team. It just won't work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. You know, we're in a very, still a very strange time that I don't think anybody could have predicted, you know, as we enter 2020 with everything that COVID has done, man. It's strange times, strange times. But on a brighter note, though, you know, for yourself, now the season's going to start very, very soon. I think, if I remember, I think it's what, and Sonia will be, I think game one is or something like that. I think it's that. Could be wrong.
For us,
No, no, for just in general. I think the NVL, the first game is Ansonia will be.
it might be. It might be. Yeah.
But overall, the season I think starts soon after that. So what's kind of like, has practice, has the energy started to pick up? Has it stayed high? I mean, like I said, the season is closing in on us before we know it.
I mean, for us, we just started getting started. Like teams have been scrimmaging, and we haven't gotten that opportunity. Kid got sick. We just started like full pads and everything, and energy's definitely picked up. Kids are excited. Kids want to be out there, and I'm excited. I mean, I think with the energy that we have doing these drills and everything, like anything could happen this year. So
Now, what are the kind of goals? I know obviously you know, as far as the team, like you just mentioned, playoff states, the whole nine. I get that. But selfishly for you, what as a transfer from Oxford for going from the copper to the brass, what kind of goals have you set for yourself from the quarterback position for your junior year?
my goals for this year are just to do the best I can, help our team in every aspect, my role every single week. If the game plan is get Tom leads you the ball, hand it off, that's what we're gonna do. If the goal is throw for 500 yards, win the game, that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna do whatever it takes to win every single game.
You know, man, it's going to be fun to be able to watch Holy Cross this fall and to kind of see what kind of, you know, what Holy Cross has, but also to the NVL as a whole. And I'm looking forward to being able to see you play in just a couple weeks. It's going to be fun, man.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. All of us are. It's been 2 years almost since we stepped on a field. I think everyone's excited and ready to get out on the field for Friday, Thursday, Saturday, whatever day we're playing this year.
Now, wrap things up here in the Connecticut Sports Talent Show. So until next time, stay safe. Remember, CT stands for Connecticut Talent. And I'm on a journey to find them all. Enjoy the rest of your day, everybody, and be well.